Hello, 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 hello. Man, welcome to the Tell the Truth podcast, man. It's about to be some serious jokes. Anyway, man, we're going to do the NFL first. Season 2, show number 4. This will be dropping on Wednesday at noon. Keep in mind, if you have not seen the new format, Wednesday noon, Thursday noon, Wednesday 7 o'clock, 3 shows and then 2 days. But today we're going to talk about the NFL. You know, who impressed you the first week? Teams, players. Who did not impress you the first week? Teams and players. No overreaction. Just going to let you see a big overview of things that we saw positive in week 1. But anyway, before we get started, I'm your host, Chi-Town Neil. Tell the Truth Podcast 23. Yeah, to my left. Yeah. My buddy, Billy, when he cooking for the kids, I call him Uncle Billy. Yeah. When he winning all the money, and he wins a lot of money when they gambling, his gambling name is Billy Whoop Whoop. Yeah. But when we in studio, and we about to act our fool, get a little comedy relief with a little bit of tell the truth, with a lot of tell the truth, my studio buddy BTB, what's that for?
BT Bill.
BT Bill, Bow Tie Bill.
Bow Tie Bill.
Bow Tie Bill is in the building, man. Want to give a shout out to these boys in North Dallas. Maximize your potential studio,
Absolutely.
man. You guys have been supporting it, forward it, subscribe, all that good stuff, man. But that's not my job. BTB, tell the people what we need, baby.
Man, we need you to hit the subscribe button, the like button. You know, drop down to the comment section, drop a line or two, a sentence or two. We appreciate everything. Share it with the ones, you know, your family members and friends, the ones you like as well as the ones you don't like. We appreciate it all. Thank you, fam, for everything you're doing.
Yes, sir, man. BTB, we're going to talk about the first week. Last week,
Let's get at it.
Yeah, last week I put out a big-time claim. I told everybody that if the Eagles lose the first game of the season, their season's over.
Right.
So they won. So they still got a chance. But if they would have lost game 1, the season would have been over. And I broke down last week why I felt that way, because I thought it was going to be a carryover. So we don't have to really touch on that. But I do want to ask you, and then we're going to talk about who impressed us the most. What did you really get out of that Philadelphia Green Bay fan? Because me as a Bears fan, I was glad to see Green Bay lose.
They got mollywop, bro.
They didn't get mollywop. It was a good close game, man. They only lost by like 5, 6 points. Forgot the final score. Hey, mollywop, you know what I mean? You mean mollywop mean 21, but they didn't get mollywop. But
Green Bay lost to 49ers last night.
no, boy, you stop, man. Stop the drinking, man. It's Green Bay. The 49ers played the Jets last night, man. BT Bill still waking up. Shut up, dummy. And the famous words of Red Fox. Anyway, Green Bay played Philly last night. I mean, Friday night in Brazil.
Right.
And so, if you remember that game,
In Cincinnati Stadium. Yeah, I remember that game.
Got you. What did you
Love got injured.
What did you gather out of that game, though? For real, though, man.
Man, it was a phenomenal game. Love looked good,
Yeah.
you know, and the Eagles look phenomenal.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, man, we're gonna get into that later. Where I rank him,
You can go ahead. I mean,
you know where I rank Saquon Barkley on what he did that night.
when you say ranking, you mean other
Oh,
running
he did a
backs?
hat trick.
Yeah, he did a hat trick. That dude thought he
Yeah.
was playing hockey, man. Dude had 3 touchdowns. I'm like, what's going on out here, man? You know, but go ahead,
Right.
get yours off. Go ahead, both
Oh
sides.
yeah, man, and Jordan Love looked good, man. Jalen Reed, Jaden Reed was off the chain, bro. The wide receiver
Yeah, you're talking about for Green Bay.
for Green Bay.
Yeah, I told you last year, Green Bay got 4 good young running backs. I mean, 4 good, great wide receivers. I can say great. 4 good wide receivers. Young wide receivers.
Man, it was a phenomenal game that Friday night, man. With Josh Jacobs running the ball for Green Bay. I mean, Saquon Barkley. It was going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And at the end of the day, who blinked? Who blinked?
I mean, I guess you definitely could say Green Bay. What I picked out of that game, man, was that Barkley definitely is going to make a major difference with their offense this year. I mean, if you try to fight that, even if you're a Cowboy fan down here in Dallas, you can't fight that. You can tell that offense is going to be a problem this year. Far as the good, there wasn't really that much good that I saw from either team. And let me break down what I mean by that.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, offense looked great on both sides, but both defense looked like trash. But I don't really know how bad the defense really are from that game because that field was terrible.
Yes.
That field was very terrible.
Yes.
NFL need their behinds kicked. They should have had their crew over there. I maybe helped them guys with that. It was a lot going on with that. You know, you got the Philadelphia Eagles playing in that particular stadium, and the Philadelphia Eagles is green, and the team that plays there, their arch rival soccer team wears green. So they told Philadelphia they couldn't have any green in their uniform. I don't know if you knew all this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, you know, Philadelphia had to wear black helmets, and, you know, so just a lot going on, and we don't really know how locked in people can get. You got all these type of can't do this, can't do that. So, I mean, it was a great game offensive-wise. I'm not going to judge either team's defense until I see them next week, you know, on where they can grip, get their foot in, plant, go after the quarterback. When the wide receiver give you a little you can stay, keep them in front of you. You know, I play defense, and when you react, and if you're not confident about your feet might slip underneath you, trust me, it's hard to play defense. Okay.
Oh yeah, and typically, starting out specifically now, since there are only 3 preseason games.
Yeah.
Typically, the defense should be ahead of the offense.
That's true, but when you're playing on an
Because
icy
it's
field, we're not
timing.
icy field, but that field was just like playing on ice.
Yeah.
So it makes it.
That's why I call it a hat trick.
Yeah, it makes it hard to play defense.
Right.
Well, you want to feel like that. So what I got,
And they miss grass with turf.
yeah. But what happened was also the day before that they said it was perfect, and cause I did some research. I was trying to figure out like, come on, and
Right.
they said they water it. And if you go back and look at the highlights of that game, this is how you can tell a field is really bad. The NFL Shield logo at the 50-yard line, the paint on that started bleeding on each other. Like,
Right.
the white part had a little red on it. When I
Right.
saw that, I was like, oh, Lord, it was already bleeding together and stuff. In the second quarter, I was like, yeah, let me go ahead and put these bets in. And so I bet the over for the second half, which came in because I knew, like, can't nobody play no defense on the field. So I racked up on the over in that game.
Right.
But, just I can't beat up on either team's defense, what I'm trying to say, because I just don't know. I just do not know. But, moving on to other games, I wanted to talk about that because I talked so much trash about the Eagles last week.
If they lose.
People comment, but I said if they lose. So they won. I didn't say they was going to lose. I said if they lose.
If they lose,
I said
they're not making the playoffs.
They're not making the playoffs. So
Right.
now, we don't have to see if I'm right about that. They won. So I believe the playoff hopes of the Philadelphia Eagles are still alive. But moving on
Sure.
to the next one, man. Let me ask you this. You tell me where you want to go to next. We could talk about your Steelers. Or you can just talk about, in general, what other teams impressed you in week 1. Which one you want to go to, Bowtie Bill? I'm going to let you be the producer right now.
Okay, got you, man. Production meeting right here. Right. So let's go with, man, believe it or not,
Yeah. What's up?
Cincinnati.
Okay, you want to talk about Cincinnati? All right. So
how they lost to New England.
Oh man, I mean, how you feel about that? I mean,
Man.
are you shocked?
Very.
Come on, man. You supposed to be a guru, man. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh,
man.
come on, Doc.
How you shocked Cincinnati lose that game, bro?
They at home,
Okay.
right? That was a home game.
Dude, you talking like a fan,
Jamar-
Bowtie Bill. Come on, man. You're a
man.
guru, dog. Stop,
Listen,
man.
bro.
Stop. All right, go ahead, bro.
And Jamar Chase played the game. Now I know they was a shortcut or hampered at the wide receiver position, but you got Joe Burrow, a $50+ million quarterback, and you got a brand new head coach
Okay.
on the road.
Okay.
You got Jacoby Brissett
Okay.
playing, who's at best is a backup at quarterback, right? Now they got a decent defense, but everything is brand new.
Billy, really, come on. I'm really over here like this might be the worst take that you've
16
ever.
to 10.
Dude, this might be the
You
worst.
scored 10 points
I'm
at the
gonna let you get
crib?
it all out. I'm about to.
Man, come on,
I'm about
man.
to smash you, dog.
Yeah.
Like I can't even believe you making
Bro.
it. You sound like a fan. This is why we chose to do the show with each other because.
And I'm a Steelers fan.
And you sound like a fan.
Man, please listen.
Okay, get it all out. I'm gonna tell you right now. You need to be quiet because the more you talk, the more you sound like a fan, bro.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. That's
I'm
your
gonna say
take.
one thing, gonna trump everything you said. No, that's a real take. That's a real take.
That's a hot
You sound like
take.
a damn fan right now.
That's a hot take.
Go ahead, get it all
So what
out.
I'm
Make a
just
fool out
saying,
yourself. Go ahead.
Joe Burrow coming back off an injury, and I know that typically over the last 4 years, or 3 years, I should say, they've always started off slow, come on strong, right? So that would typically happen with
Now
Cincinnati.
Now you sound like a guru.
Ain't this something?
Right.
But anyways, that said, they still should have won that game.
All right, that's the worst take you've ever said because I asked you what surprised you or what was the worst take. That was not the worst take. If you know anything about Cincinnati since Joe Burrow's been there is 1-5 in the first game one. He's 1-5. Now, am I expecting for them to lose? No, I'm not gonna sit there and say that. But that's why on that particular game, I didn't even bet it. I didn't even touch it because I said, you know what? They usually typically come out slow anyway. Let's not forget the last 2 years they start off 0-2. That's just what some teams is just something about them. They just I don't know what's going on with Cincinnati. They do this bull crap every year. So for you to waste 5 minutes of our podcast saying all this bull crap, it lets me know you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. You just want to kick them right down. We don't do that fandom stuff on here. Come on, man. Educate the people. Let's talk about some real stuff. Give them some real insight. You know, doggone well, all that stuff you just said was a waste of time, man. So come see me with Cincinnati week 3. Cincinnati might get their head.
You mean week 5? Week 5.
Let me get mine off. I ain't cut you off. You said it was 5 minutes on your bull crap. Cincinnati probably gonna get their head busted next week if they play KC. Come see me week 3. That's usually when they get it together. Now I will say this. I don't like the vibe and the body language of Jamar Chase. I will admit that. But the NFL, they can't pay him. They cannot pay. They pay Jamar Chase, they're going to screw everything up. And that's what people don't understand. It's kind of what we touched on last week, the big business of college. Well, you know the pros definitely is big business. Okay?
Absolutely.
So the reason why they can't pay him, because he's only in his 3rd year. That's what everybody ain't getting. That's why Parsons can scream act a fool like Chase too, but Parsons not doing it because he only in his 3rd year. Okay? People are like, what are you talking about? Typically how it goes is if you get picked in the first round, your ass is playing in the first 4 years. And you don't get no money re-up until you're going into your 4th year. The only ones that get it before that is the quarterback, which we all know the quarterback always got their own little rules. So if you're a first-round quarterback and you ball out 3 years, sometimes they give you your money right then and there because they know the money only going to get higher if they don't sign you right then and there. Chase wants his money now. He's not a quarterback. The problem is that typically they want you to play 4 years before you get the re-up, because he's on a 5-year contract. So I will say that is something to look out for. I'll give you that. But overall, am I shocked with what Cincinnati did in that game? Hell to the no. It's what they do. They come out and they just stick up the joint the first week. Your take now.
Another team that I thought that was
Oh, you want to move for that?
very no, we just moving on.
Go ahead.
Another team that was very impressive, Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah.
I mean Baker Mayfield. This dude was a scrub. This dude was on his way out of the NFL. He was with the LA Rams as a backup when Matthew Stafford got injured 2 years ago. Right? He bounced from team to team. Carolina, right? Went to the Rams.
Carolina, he got cut
and now he balled out. He threw 4 touchdowns yesterday. So that team balled out yesterday.
So you're saying they look good.
Yes.
Okay, but did Baker Mayfield surprise you the way he balled?
Yes.
Come on, man. You slipping, dog. Go ahead.
Baker Mayfield, come on, man. Baker Mayfield balled out because he got some heck of a wide receivers, right? What?
Go ahead, man. Go ahead. You talking some horrible takes today, man.
Oh, no.
Go ahead,
come
man.
on,
go ahead,
God.
bro. Go ahead, Bowtie Bill. Go ahead.
Man, Baker Mayfield, he balled out.
Yeah, not
Because
saying that. I asked you.
He's above.
No. Don't twist my question. I asked you, were you surprised?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes. Because out of 1 year, his rookie season, Baker Mayfield hasn't done nothing. He has never thrown no 30 touchdowns. Yeah, that was surprising that he threw 4 touchdowns in one game. but he got the wide receivers to do that.
God, you about to make us lose
New Orleans Saints. New Orleans Saints.
Hold on. No. You're not going to move
Derek
on.
Carr
Hold
balled
on.
out.
Come on.
That surprised me too.
Bow tie Bill, be nice. You don't get to make an opinion and then keep on going to another one. You know I have to rebuttal on that garbage you just said about Baker Mayfield. So just slow down, slow your roll. Okay. Now, that was trash, what you just said. Let me break down Baker Mayfield for you, too. Yeah. Whew, you got some horrible takes today. All right, so Baker Mayfield did not play that good in Cleveland. I agree with you there. I didn't cut you off, thank you. I agree with you on that. Right. Now, when he went to Carolina, he played like trash. I give you that. That's why they cut us behind 5 weeks into it. Mm-hmm. He won with the Rams. But if you check the tape last year on this show, I have already said anybody that looks at Baker Mayfield, the same really is two things. They either don't know football or they just want to be stubborn about their opinion. There will be things we talk about later on, especially when we do our college football segment, that I'm going to be mad to say I was wrong about this. But people that saying that Baker Mayfield's not that good, either one or two things. They either don't know football, or number two, they just want to be stubborn. If you pay attention when Baker Mayfield went to the Rams, people don't remember. Cooper Kupp was gone. 3 out of 5 of their offensive linemen was hurt. Baker Mayfield, I think, went like 3-2. And I think he messed up the Raiders' chance to go to the playoff. It was somebody that threw late in the game, late in the season. He went 3-2. Since Baker Mayfield got coached up by the coach of the Rams, I know you go with the coach's name. What's his name? The coach.
McVay.
Yeah, McVay. He has not been the same Baker Mayfield. And anybody think that he has, you don't know football. If you look at Baker Mayfield last year, after Tom Brady left Tampa Bay, they gave Baker Mayfield as 1-year contract. They did not expect for him to play good. And what all did he do? He went out and won the NFC South. Yeah, now maybe not the best division, but he still won it. Oh, by the way, Philadelphia came in their house and he blasted their ass. And what other people don't also know last year with Baker Mayfield is that I'm not saying that he's the best quarterback of all time, but what people also don't know is I think Tampa Bay was like 30th in the NFL last year with running the ball. So he had to do everything last year all himself with no running game. No running game. Go look it up. So if he gets to get if they could just average 3.9, even though the NFL averages 4, and his team did not come nowhere close to that, if they could average 3.9 rushing per yard, you're going to get a even better Baker Mayfield, because when he goes through the ball fake, people are going to jump on it. So when you ask me, are you impressed with how much they beat down Carolina? I would say yes to that, because Tampa Bay. Not Carolina. How Tampa Bay beat down Washington. I would say yes, but I'm not really that shocked because they played against a rookie quarterback. But I'm not gonna say I'm surprised how good Baker Mayfield played, because if you really pay attention to what's going on, the boy has been balling his last 23 games. All 17 games last year, plus the 2 playoff games. That gives you 19 the last 5 games. So he's been balling his last 24 games. That's consistency. So
I got a question, man.
Go ahead.
32 starting quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Baker Mayfield?
Baker Mayfield probably like 12, 13. I'm not saying he's great. All I'm saying is that he played against.
You said 12 or 13.
Yeah, he's a good quarterback playing against. I think that Washington's secondary is trash. And everybody kept talking about the new defense coordinator for the Cowboys. I don't care. I still think they secondary is trash.
Quinn.
I still think they secondary is trash.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, you put him 12 or 13.
Mm-hmm.
Typically, if you rank 12 or 13, anywhere between 12 and 15, and you throw 4 touchdowns in one game, yeah, that's surprising.
No, it's not. Not because you raise your voice, make it accurate. I mean, that happened. You're going to have your one
average quarterback don't throw 4 touchdowns,
the average quarterback is playing against a garbage-ass team. I mean, it can happen, dog. So you got to look at the level of competition. Now, if he goes out there next week and he drops fucking 4 touchdowns on Kansas City, Chicago Bears, San Francisco, teams with that kick-ass defense, I might say, damn, okay, I'm a little surprised they did it on that defense. But my point is that he's a good quarterback. I wasn't all that surprised. And then, you have the right to your opinion. We can keep moving, but I disagree on that one. What's the next? You said, what was the next one you wanted to touch on?
Saints.
Nah, I would say that surprised me. Now, that surprised me. Not because they won. The Carolina's trash. I think what surprised. Well, let me say this. Am I saying the Saints surprised me? Or I'm just surprised that Carolina looks so damn bad. I can't. One of them surprised me.
I mean, two things can be true. Two things can be true.
One of them surprised me.
Right? Two things can be true. When I looked at, because Derek Carr now in his second year, right, in that system with the OC, offensive coordinator, with the head coach in that system, yes, they're going to look way better than he did last year coming from the Raiders.
So that is surprise. You just saying that you was impressed.
I was impressed.
Okay, I can rock with you on that. I can rock with you on that. I can rock with you on that.
I was very impressed with that.
Yeah, I know a lot of Saints fans. I don't know if you know this, Bowtie Bill.
Right.
They do not like Derek Carr ass at all. Did you know
Seriously?
that? They do not like his ass.
Based on last year.
True. And so when I touched base with them after that game, a couple of them said, we let him live in New Orleans one more week.
But hey.
They don't like him, dog.
If they screw around, if they F around and beat the Cowboys, but that's another. Hey, that's a whole nother podcast, right? If they beat the podcast, I want to say, hey, he gonna have prime real estate in New Orleans.
Yeah, man. They really not that fond of Derek Carr. I guess I'm gonna say I can't say they look good to me. I can't give them that for this week. And not because I'm trying to debate with you again. I got to see them get somebody else, man, because it was Carolina.
Early in the season, week 1.
I got to see. I am just going to say the worst, we want to talk about the good and bad. The worst I think I've seen all week, was definitely Carolina, man. And if you ask me who I was the most surprised out of everybody, I was the most surprised how bad they look. I'm like, and then I'm like, I'm at the house and I got the games on. I'm on my YouTube. I got the screen split. And I didn't even have New Orleans part of one of my games I had. It was down like 24-3, something crazy. But because I started off with the Bears, of course, my team.
Right.
The other bracket was Buffalo, Arizona, in my 4. Then I had y'all on, and I got to check y'all out, and I forgot who my 4th one was because it wasn't even Minnesota.
Sure.
But I knew they was getting beat down so bad, Carolina. I was like, what's going on? And I flipped over there and because now YouTube they let you replace and put exact game you want in there, and I looked, and the first thing I saw, I was like, is Alan Thielen still on that team? Remember Thielen played for Minnesota? When I saw he was still on the team, I was like, oh, this team trash, man. Don't no disrespect. He should not be starting. I was like, oh, yeah, they got no talent around Bryce Young. But
they got Deontay Washington from us last year.
I remember they did wide receiver.
Wide receiver. Right.
See, I know that no disrespect, man. He's a 2 or 3 at the best. So he don't even have a true number 1, dog. I mean, it's a sad situation down there, and then
yes, it is.
And your best pass rusher, you let the Giants get a hold of him, Burns. I mean, it's
right.
I try not to cuss too much in the podcast, but I got to get this one off, man. It really is a shit show down there, bro. For real, it's bad, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. As a matter of fact, they have no continuity. How many coaches have they had in the last 4 years? 4, right?
They tried to call me. I told them I ain't taking the job. I told them I'm a winner, baby. I ain't with that bullshit.
Thanks for no thanks.
Thank you for no thanks.
Right? They have no continuity. So it's hard.
Let me say that. I'm sorry, Bowtie Bill. What makes it sad is because I actually like Bryce Young. And, I like to see the young quarterbacks at least get a chance. I just feel like I don't think this kid going to ever get a true chance, bro.
Right.
Go ahead, Bowtie Bill. My fault. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, man. I mean, yeah. And like I said, two things can be true at the same time. They look bad, which means that Derek Carr and that the offense was rolling. They were steamrolling. I mean, at 3 different levels of passing the ball.
Yeah.
Short pass and medium pass, explosive plays. They look good, man.
Nah, they look real good, dog. I mean, I got to see them next week against the Cowboys.
12 o'clock game.
12 o'clock game.
Central Standard Time.
I know Cowboy fans want us to touch on that. I know Bowtie Bill said y'all was going to lose last week, but that was just a hate pick for him. I said they was going to win, and I knew they was going to win because of the fact Cleveland left tackle and right tackle was out.
Yes.
Back up. We're talking third show today about the whole Dak thing. Why was his contract done the day of this Jerry doing Jerry stuff? But we'll talk about that on the show we're going to drop tomorrow at noon. We won't touch too much on it. But since we're talking about the Cowboys, my fault, you have something you want to touch on, Bowtie?
No, I mean, I was just going to hit the three best players. I was going to really, actually four, but three.
Go ahead.
That balled out.
Oh, what four players you think really balled out? Like,
I was going to give you three.
Okay, three, okay.
But I'm going to give you four, and I'm going to explain the fourth one.
Go ahead.
Yeah, 30-second commercial.
Go ahead.
The first one, Josh Allen.
Yeah. And I like to beat up on Josh Allen, but I think Josh going to play much better this year because he got digs out his ear. But go ahead. Yeah, I agree.
Baker Mayfield.
Well, you okay. He played good. You're not saying surprise, but you're saying he played good. Yeah, Baker Mayfield played good. All right, yeah, all right.
Saquon Barkley.
Agree. You okay. Yeah. Who was the fourth one?
Really, I said this is the fourth one, but really number one,
okay.
Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek, well, after what happened to him before,
absolutely.
Man, that was
stopped 2.5, 3 hours before the game, handcuffed on the floor, 7 catches, 130 yards, and a touchdown, 80-yard touchdown. Hey, man, the psyche you have to have.
Yeah.
Right? As an athlete.
Yeah.
As a professional athlete.
Yeah.
To be pulled out.
Yeah.
A block away from where you're going to go to work.
Yeah.
Dealing with the police.
Right.
As a black athlete.
Yeah.
And then you go ball out still.
I mean,
yeah.
He
balled out.
He definitely balled out.
He balled out.
I did some more research on what happened in that scenario, and
videos out.
Let me just say this, man. We wanted to keep it on the sports and stuff. Let me just say this, though.
Yes. We had to touch on it, bro.
Yeah. Most definitely. I'm not upset you brought it up. Let me just say this. Now, you're going to have some people say, you got to cooperate with the police. Okay. Checkmate. You got 1 point there. It's not about points. I'm just going to say I'm really trying to put myself in everybody's shoes. Okay? But I also, right off the bat, I'm like, I don't really care why he got pulled. I do care, but I just want to get to this main point.
Sure.
All of it matters. Let me first say that.
Sure.
But he got pulled over. Most likely, we all know what he was looking for. He was speeding. Come to find out, it was speeding. It's the day of the game. If you ever play sports, I play sports not on a professional level, but I know the day of the game, you're just wired a little different.
Right.
You
Facts.
Yeah, I know when I play football.
Adrenaline is up.
Adrenaline is rushing.
Yes.
I'm not focusing on nothing, but when I get here, especially when I play defense, I'm finna hurt some people today. It's just a different mind frame the day of the game. So first, let's keep that in mind frame.
Right.
Now, let's say the police do not know who he is. All right, that's cool. He don't know who the heck you are. But when he tapped on it, when he tapped on the window, I read the transcripts last night online. Police tapped on the transcript, you see his body cam. Told me he was speeding. Tyreek, let me first say this so anybody else get a chance to see it. Tyreek was a butthead. I don't want to comment. He was a butthead. He just said to the police, just give me my ticket, let's go. Now, is that the correct thing to say to a policeman? No, it's not. You can't say it like that. But also the police, their job is they're supposed to be trained to,
de-escalate.
De-escalate, right, the situation, not blow it up in flames.
Escalate.
And that's what he did. Tyreek rolled the window up. Now he asked for the stuff. Tyreek gave him stuff. He said, give me my ticket, let's go. He rolled the window up. For some reason, the police got pissed off and told him, roll the window down. Who cares? I don't know if maybe police that watch the podcast, leave us a comment. I don't know what's correct protocol. I don't know if you have to keep the window down. I don't know. Maybe if you got 10 on the car, they want the window to be down so they can see you. I don't really know.
Yes. They always have to have visualization.
Okay, so he has 10. Okay, all right. So that makes sense.
What I'm saying? Because they don't know if you reaching in the glove compartment, under your seat.
All right.
They always want to have their eyes on you.
Okay, so all right, so still though, the escalated situation, you can tap on the window again and say, hey, you do know legally I need to be able to keep your eyeballs on you, understand you frustrated, you trying to get somewhere, but because you just lower the window down. But no, it's not what he did. They snatched his ass out the car. Okay. All right, here we go. Then, instead of just handcuffing him, This is why I said the police are totally in the wrong. You put the man face down on the ground, need it back. Come on, man. Like, why does this man got to be face down? So Tavares Campbell, he sees it driving by, and he pulls up because he's like, hey, it ain't the fact they're arresting him. You guys got this man face down, your knee on his back, you know. So that's what made it escalate to that point. That's a little bit that I've been able to do research on. I'm not going to say who's in the right, who's in the wrong, but what I can say is that I don't feel like he deserved to have be face down on the pavement. I just feel like it could have been handled different. Yes, Tyreek could have been probably nicer to us, the police. I get that. But also, it's his job to de-escalate it, not escalate it. I'm talking about the police. I don't care what Tyreek really said. Unless Tyreek tried to pull out a gun or say F you, and then you can't say that because that's assault, believe it or not. You can't even curse at a policeman. You know what I mean? He just said, hey, man, get my ticket so I can go.
Right. He gave him his license.
He gave him everything.
So he know his name is Tyreek Hill. If you in Miami, you know his name is Tyreek Hill.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to say the police might not be a big sports fan.
He might not be a sports fan.
So I'm talking as if the police don't have no clue who he is.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay, so he gave him his license. Mm-hmm. Maybe registration insurance may have been included, but definitely his license. Mm-hmm. Okay, you got my information. Mm-hmm. Go back to your bike, your motorcycle, run my stuff so I can go on. He said, man, give me my ticket so I can go.
Right. He did.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, they looking to exert authority. Right? That's the problem.
That's my point. I agree with you, yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. You looking to overexert your authority.
Basically it's getting personal.
Right. Bro, this is not about me and you.
Right.
You pulled me over, I was speed. Okay. Here's my license.
Can you run my stuff up real quick, give me my ticket?
Yeah, give me my ticket.
So I can keep moving.
Right.
You don't like the fact that I'm telling you to do your job fast. That's what it's going to come down to.
Right. Hey, man.
And we really got to break it down to anybody don't.
Get the stepping, man.
Right, yeah. If anybody don't get what we're saying, then I'm going to leave it alone. I don't lose any followers. But if you think the police is in the right, okay, that's cool. I respect your opinion, but you're
put in
wrong.
the comments. Put in the comment section.
Yeah.
You know your thoughts.
Yeah, good thoughts on that, man.
Right.
But
it's very warranted. No pun intended.
Yeah. It's basically in a joking way. He basically told the police do your job and do it fast.
Man, you're right. Man, get the stepping.
I got shit to do, dog. He didn't like it. Like, who the heck you think you is gonna make? And so it turned to a pissing test. And my point is that as the police, and I know people might say, but they're human. I understand they're human. You're right. But there's certain jobs it do not matter. You have to keep your cool, and that's one of them.
Abuse of power, Doc.
If you're a doctor and you just got to argue with your significant other and you about to do open heart surgery on me, please calm down. Okay? Before you come here ripping my shit up. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Don't come in here fucking around on me. You still mad at whoever her name is. Shit. Don't do me like that. I don't even, for my knowledge.
You've been working 18 hours a day.
Right.
and one of the pool guys here.
Right. And I'm like, see, it's crazy. See? But my thing is that, hey, man, look, you need to calm down before you operate on me, man, for real. So, there's certain jobs that you got to,
always
you're going to have to
calm the waters.
You're going to have to be the calm in the water. You're going to have to be, man. But before we get up out of here,